Now I'm moving how I'm supposed to be. It's my time to shine right now. I ain't looking back, no how. All that pain turned gold somehow. Watch me rise. I'm up right now. It's my time, I earned this spot. Every loss I turned to a lot. Now I'm here and I won't stop. It's my moment. This my shot. This my shot. They was sleeping now.
Hey, that boy knows what he's doing. Broken Republic. Topic. No. Yeah, Broken Republic by topic. I'm trying to find out who these guys are. I'm trying to get them some promotion. And I'm trying to get some sponsorship. I mean, just let me, come on. These are absolute bangers out here. I've never heard them. I know you haven't heard them because you was just saying, who is this? Who are we listening to right now? All right, this is Crash the Party. I'm Rick Drogo. This is episode 22 because I'm really like that. That's right. I am really like that. I haven't even been doing this for maybe a month. Well, okay, maybe, yeah. A month now. And I just love making this content. I do. I feel, so even though I work all day, make myself do this, I don't want to do it basically right before. If I'm working, when it's time to do the show, I don't want to. But when I don't want to and I do, man, I feel so good afterwards. I mean, I feel good right now, actually. As soon as I hit go, as soon as I pray, I say, God, help me to enjoy myself and to help someone today. God, I pray for what I'm doing right now. I pray that you would bless me and show me favor as you have my whole life. And I ask you to anybody that sees this video that you would reach into them and soften their heart, that maybe I could spread love, positivity, or maybe change their heart some way if it's hardened. In Jesus' name, amen. And when I pray and I hit that go, I can feel it because I got to. I'm doing this for a reason. I'm here to spread a message. I'm here to spread love. And it's infectious. You know, negativity is infectious. You ever seen that experiment where you put an apple in a glass, and an apple in a glass, and an apple in a glass? You ignore one. You talk crap to one. You do this all week. Ignore one, talk crap to one all week, and talk loving stuff to another, and see what'll happen. That's right. And it's the same way when we talk to ourselves, our self-talk, and the way we talk to each other. I believe these things. I subscribe to this train of thought. And if you don't, I dare you to try it. So if you're watching me already, you know I'm trying to infect you with some love. And hopefully I've done that a little bit. And I'm going to keep trying to. And that's why we're touching politics. Because for one, I want to know. This is helping me learn. I'm learning so much. It's really also entertaining. I mean, let me tell you something here, okay? This is actually a sitcom, especially with Trump as our president, okay? Now, I'm going to go on record again, and I'll say I'm not a Trump hater. I don't really love the guy. What? Yeah. But I support him because he's our president. And just like I supported my dad, he was an alcoholic and he was really dysfunctional, but he was my father, so I supported him. He was the leader. And I believe that we're supposed to pray for these guys and support them. Now, that doesn't mean I need to vote for him again, or I need to, I don't know. But I want the best for Trump. Because he's in charge of our country. All right? That's what it's about. Like, this guy's in charge, so I want him to do the best. You know, imagine playing for a baseball team, and you've got it in for the coach. Oh, man, I hope this and that. Oh, I'm going to get that guy. He's your coach, bro. Why don't you try to win him over a little bit? Why don't you show him some love? Okay, if I could see Trump, I'd show him some love. I'd give that guy a big old hug. All right, enough of that nonsense. It's not really nonsense, though. This is love, and this is my message, and that is that you have to make a decision to be positive. You got to decide to do it. When I wake up and I have to go and live my life and deal with people, I have to decide to be nice to them and decide to love them. And it starts with my family. You know, my kids are 14, 15, and 16, my boys. And I have to make a decision consciously throughout the day to like them and love them and to be kind to them. Because I love them. All I've ever wanted to be was a dad, but it's so frustrating dealing with teenagers and living with them, especially for me personally. Maybe not you. You might be perfect, but I want what's best for them too, and it's so hard not to treat them like they're adults already, basically. So anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. But my point is you need to decide to be a good guy, okay? Or else we're just bad guys. Hello? We're all bad guys until we decide to be good. Quote it. Quote it. That's a new slogan. We're all good guys we're all bad guys until we decide to be good. Bam. Except my mom. I think she was always a good guy. And my wife. Yeah. So anyways, today there's a lot. Not really a lot going on, and there's a lot. It kind of depends on your point of view. You know, the biggest story is obviously the escalation with the U.S.-Iran war. That whole situation with the ceasefire, President Trump says, it's on life support. It's got about a 1% chance of living. I'm telling you, this guy, my boy Stu said it, he's a walking meme, and it's pretty great. So if you don't like Trump, just try to soak up his, his shtick of who he is. Trump is also going to the summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Actually, you say his name. Xi. Oh, wait. Xi? Yeah, you start low, and then you see, we learned yesterday on the show that tone is real big over there in that language that I'm being vague about because I don't remember which one it is. But President Xi Jinping, he's going to meet with them. So, and actually, we're gonna watch a little bit on that. We're gonna watch. I got 2 clips today, and I got something I'm going to start trying to do. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but it's a clip of the day. Okay, I like it. It's really good, and it's going to be good. You're gonna like it. You're going to like it. You're going to love it because it's about Trump. And he could be the clip of the day every day. We could find a clip. But today, just so happened, he did this today. Okay? And so I want the clip of the day to be something that happened today. Whether it's funny, sad, pathetic, disgusting, unacceptable, sad, funny, remorseful, maybe learning something. I'm gonna try to make it something that happened today. So, anyways, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna watch 2 videos. They're not long. You know, I like to hit the 30-minute spot, and I've already rambled for almost 10, because I'm really like that. Anyways, I'm really like that. We're gonna watch NewsNation had Bill O'Reilly on there, and Bill O'Reilly, he's talking about, I'm a journalist, but I'm also I don't know how this happened. I'm an ambassador, and I skipped this whole part where he's like real grandiose and he's just glazing himself the whole time on NewsNation. I skipped past that where he talks about what he talked to Trump. Because he says he's going to talk to President Xi Jinping. So for some reason, Bill O'Reilly has got the President Xi on the phone. And he's going to be talking to him. So before he talks to him, he says, I need to let Trump know. I need to let the big dog know. The biggest of them all, the Teflon Don. And so he says he talked to Trump about the trip. Now, yesterday, I was trying to find out, why is Trump going to the summit to talk to President Xi? And I got a little bit, we didn't find out anything yesterday because Trump wouldn't answer any of the questions. He was just talking about himself and bigging him up. He was big-heading himself, and he was dogging out the last administration, which he loves to do regularly. You ask him a question about anything, it's going to lead to how whack Biden was. We're on fire. We've got the number one hit record in the country right now. It's called America. And he does this thing. All right. So, and then we're going to watch Secretary Pete Hegseth has been getting grilled on the fricassee for some hearings, and these hearings in court, which I just think they're amazing. I think it's amazing how these people act in court. So they're two short clips, or one's 10 minutes, one's 5 minutes. So anyways, let's get into it. Hear me now, rude boy. Now, this is Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly has been around as long as I can remember. I'm 42. Bill O'Reilly, I feel like he had some sort of a show. I don't know if it was a news show. It was something back in the day before he had the Bill O'Reilly show and stuff. I don't know what it was. But he's infamous for a few things. And one of them is this clip. I got to show you. I got to do this clip. Bill O'Reilly freaking out. It's so good. And it's a minute and a half long. We got to watch it. This is him on his show. It's so good.
That's tomorrow. And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but
Okay.
yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do, it's a video, Sting video.
What is...
For credits.
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Crush it.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
4, 3. In 5. Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In.
That's me playing Elden Ring when I'm like, what is this game? I hate this game. It freaking sucks. That's so good. Okay. So that's this guy. I love to think about that when he's talking. And he's getting old. So credit to him. Anybody with, money nowadays and these people that gets old, I give them credit because they're not drinking them babies' blood, or whatever, however they're doing it. So anyways, let's check this out. NewsNation, I did some research. I kind of like what I've been seeing from NewsNation. So as you know, I'm dipping and I'm dabbling. I'm in the left, I'm in the right, okay? And I'm looking for the truth. Who's got the truth? I'm crashing the party. Hey, man, you got some truth? I saw Kenny downstairs. He had an ounce of truth. Where'd he get it from? Come on. Where's the truth? Hey, you got some truth? I'm looking for the truth. So I'm everywhere. I'm in the left, I'm in the right. I'm watching Fox, CBS, NBC. I'm watching Australia local news. I'm watching all of it because I'm trying to get a taste of everything and find the truth. It may not be out here. It might be a made-up thing. But I do like NewsNation. And this guy gets in, Bill. He gets in his grill a little bit. I like it. And I was just like, I kept waiting for Bill to pop off and say, "Oh, we'll do it live! F it! We'll do it live. So when it gets a little tense, that's what I was waiting for. I'm just a spoiler alert. He doesn't do it. He figured it out. But anyways, NewsNation is pretty much center, maybe a little right, whatever that means. I don't even think that means anything anymore. They're just center. You're gonna just. It's like if you don't dog the right, then you're a little right. Does that make sense? So anyways, I looked it up, and pretty much all sides, media, and fact checkers, pretty much put them in the center. So let's watch this video. It is 9 minutes long. I'm on 2 minutes into it, so let's check it out.
So,
and real quick, he is about to talk about what the president in the United States needs from China in order to make a difference in Iran. Okay? This is a follow-up from yesterday.
one of the things the United States wants from Xi is cooperation to bankrupt Iran, because Iran sells so much oil to the Chinese, and part of the deal is we'll sell it to you. The United States has an overabundance of oil. We'll sell it to you. You don't buy from Iran, and once that deal is even announced, they'll have to surrender because they'll collapse. The economy will collapse, which is true. The problem with that deal is that in order for Xi to do it, he's going to want Taiwan. He's going to want all protections for Taiwan to disappear. That's how this stuff goes. And it's very brutal because the United States can't really walk away from Taiwan. We've been protecting it since 19...
Okay, time out. So he says they're going to want Taiwan. But what does that mean? Isn't that over there already? It's not theirs already? So he says America has been protecting Taiwan for years. Why and how been protecting Taiwan? Yeah, there we go. Why and how has America been protecting Taiwan from regional threats? If you're new to Crash the Party, I look things up when I don't understand them. Okay? I'm not dumb. I'm curious. That's another good slogan. Man. So if I don't understand what's going on, now some stuff I'm going to let it slide if I just already know it's too deep. Okay? But I figure we can get a little brief shot here from my boy. Stop! Drop! Shut him down! Open up, Grok! Dang, Grok is really looking it up. I don't think he's ever taken this long to get an answer for us. Key points of why U.S. protects Taiwan. Let me see something over here. Taiwan, not part of... Man, Grok, making me look bad. Actually, he's not, because you're doing it, bro. Let me see here. So, Taiwan, officially the Republic of China, is not part of Japan, and is not governed by the People's Republic of China. It functions as a fully self-governing democratic country. Taiwan is vibrant, high-income democracy with its own identity, not ruled by Beijing or Tokyo. The dispute is political and historical, but in reality, Taiwan controls itself completely. Many Taiwanese identify as distinctly Taiwanese, not Chinese. Okay. Oh, here we go. Now you want to come up. Yeah. Look at that. Grok had to think for 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Somebody tweet Elon. I'm about to ask him. Okay. America has protected Taiwan primarily through a policy of strategic ambiguity. Taiwan primarily America has protected Taiwan primarily through a policy of strategic ambiguity rooted in the 1979 Taiwan Relations Act, not a formal mutual defense treaty. This approach deters China from using force to change the status quo across the Taiwan Strait. Another strait. Unbelievable. While avoiding explicit guarantees that could encourage Taiwanese independence or provoke Beijing, it has remained remarkably consistent across U.S. administrations, guided by the TRA, the U.S. One China policy, the 3 U.S.-China Joint Committees, blah, blah, blah. Why has the U.S. done this? Okay, let's go. The U.S. policy stems from a mix of hard-nosed strategic, economic, and credibility interests, not just sentiment. The core goal is maintaining peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait while preventing Chinese dominance in the Indo-Pacific. So geostrategic first island chain, economic and technological stakes. Taiwan produces 60% of the world's semiconductors. Oh, they've been conducting all the semis. That's why we need them. And the vast majority of the most advanced chips, leading edge nodes, these are vital in U.S. tech, AI, autos, consumers, electronics, military systems, breakdancing, and battle rap. A conflict or blockade would devastate global supply chains, while the U.S. is diversifying via reshoring and allies. Taiwan's capabilities remain irreplaceable in the near term. Okay. Well, there's some other reasons, but we get it. Taiwan be making them machines. All right. So he's saying President Xi is going to want Taiwan.
What, 46, 47? And that would be a huge victory for China if the U.S. said, we don't really care about Taiwan anymore. That would send signals all over the world. So you can see how complicated this is for the president. Now, I don't know any inside baseball what he's going to bring to the negotiations. 2 days isn't a long time. So I assume they'll set the table for a longer chat, but it'll have to be sometime this summer.
All right. So, Bill, I think you're right that the Chinese would demand a very high price to bankrupt Iran. But you think about this in a different sense. The Iranians and the Chinese both use the same playbook. They both stroke Trump's ego. They both tell him that he's the one who can make a deal. They both offer him these imaginary big wins. And then they turn around and don't deliver on any of them. When is Trump, both with Iran and with China, going to have to demand that all of these flowery promises are met with good actions, or there is serious consequences that no one seems to be scared of?
Well, with Iran, it's easy, because there's really 2 things that are verifiable. Number one, you have to let the weapons inspectors in to see what you're doing with your uranium. Okay? And number 2, you got to get out of the Straits of Hormuz. Nobody can control it.
Yeah, the Iranians have been playing Trump along for weeks now. At what point does he look weak by not extracting a price for them, making him look silly?
I don't think he's making them look silly. I think that the American people have expectations of victory seeded by President Trump. But he doesn't want to kill civilians. And Trump doesn't want to kill civilians. He could do it.
That guy's face.
You know,
He and Israel could go in and just wipe out all the communication centers in the entire country.
Oh,
but
come on, Bill.
there'd be
You're
thousands
setting
of
up
Persians
a
dead.
false choice here. You're setting up a false choice here between killing a bunch of civilians and continuing the war or starting to prosecute the Iranians in a forceful way. There's a big gulf between those two things. But I want to stick on this phone call that you had with President Trump. You say he's in good spirits. What does he feel like he needs right now to get a win that changes the narrative for the American people?
Well, he needs the Iranians to do those two things I just mentioned.
Well, they've
Weapons
said they're not
inspectors
going to.
and get out of the straits. How do you know?
Because
What,
Trump
you missed
just told
Cleo
us
tonight?
No, because Trump just told us the Iranians said they weren't going to do anything, and that's what their proposal was that he called garbage.
No, but
They
he
weren't going
didn't
to give
say
up
that
the
was
uranium,
ad infinitum.
the enriched uranium, and they weren't going to reopen the strait. They wanted to control it.
Yeah, that's what came in today. What's going to come in tomorrow?
So that's
look,
that's the
you-
plan, is
you
just
know,
see what the Iranians come back with?
No, I don't know what the plan is, but the threat of military obliteration certainly is there for Iran. But Trump doesn't want to kill all those people. And that's what's holding him back from that. I think Netanyahu would go in tomorrow and kill them all. And maybe that's being unfair, but I believe he would. Trump doesn't want to do that. Trump's playing the game of everything changes every day, which is true. So if he can get Xi on board to help out by pressuring the mullahs to do these two things, then Trump wins this. All right? But
Now let me show you some. So this must have been last night or something, because I saw this clip come up this morning. Okay. This is the Teflon Don himself today. Watch when reporters ask him, "What are you going to ask from China?"
Do you think he needs to intervene at all with the Iranians?
I don't
Do you
think
think
he
he can
does,
help
no.
in any way?
No, I don't think we need any help with Iran. We'll win it one way or the other. We'll win it peacefully or otherwise. Their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, every single element of their war machine is gone. They've killed a lot of people. They've killed 42,000 people at least over the last month.
Okay, well, not everything's gone, big dog, because they're still blocking the strait. Now, I don't know what that looks like. That could be a video for another day. But they are still doing that, and that seems to be the big problem here. Other than, obviously, they've got plutonium or vibranium that we want. We want to make sure they don't have. Which, I'm not dogging them. I don't want Iran to have nuclear weapons either. I'm right there. But once again, I'm just laying it all out. I'm just laying out these things I've observed. So that's what Bill O'Reilly's saying. Is that the case? Did Trump tell him all that? Is that the stuff he thinks? I don't know. But we're going to watch how it plays out. We just heard it from Trump. That lady did ask. She was talking about President Xi, asking, what do you think he's going to need to do to help with Iran? And he said nothing. We don't need him. So I don't know why he's going over there. He did say they're bros. They might be doing some couch co-op Diablo 4. Or, the new Batman game. The Lego one that's coming out. Maybe they've got that early, and they're going to be Batman and Robin couch co-op. All right, let's move on to the next video. And this is Secretary Pete Hegseth testifying before the Senate. Now, he's been getting grilled by the Senate like all week. In fact, that begs another question. Why? Let's do this. Why has Secretary Pete Hegseth Why has Secretary Pete Hegseth... Oh, wow. I didn't spell any of that right. Maybe that's why. Why has he been in all these hearings lately? Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has been testifying frequently in congressional hearings lately, mainly because of the U.S. war. Yeah. The Pentagon massive proposed budget. Okay. Oversight. This is Hegseth's first major round of public testimony since the conflict started. Lawmakers, especially Democrats, but some Republicans too, are pressing him on the war's goals, endgame and strategy, rising costs. Yeah, I get all this. The Pentagon is asking for a historic $1.5 trillion, the largest ever. Man, what if that's what this is all about? They just want $1.5 trillion. So, and maybe they just need half of that to do something that they're trying to do. Remember what I talked about, 24 Jack Bauer stuff? This stuff is happening. We're being lied to. Or we're being, if it's anything, it's lies by omission. They just leave it out. They're not telling us. And maybe they're lining their pockets. Who knows? But that's a lot of money, $1.5 trillion, the largest ever. Hearings are the standard review process, but they've been dominated by Iran questions. Okay, so it sounds to me like the hearings are because they're requesting this money. These have been back-to-back hearings in both chambers. It's standard for a new administration's big-ticket items, but the ongoing war has made it more intense. Okay. So, whenever they want something, they got to do these hearings. That's okay. That makes sense. So, let's check this out. This is pretty interesting.
A couple of questions until he arrives.
Thank you, Senator Murkowski. Mr. Secretary, I'm just going to follow up on the questions I asked in my first round and the questions that had been asked by members of both parties. In my assessment, there was no imminent threat to the United States that justified the president using his Article II powers, and there was insufficient preparation to make sure that we had the right troops, the right capability deployed. There used to be a consensus in national security that America should only go to war when there's an imminent threat to our national security, when all other options have been exhausted, and when we have clear objectives and a plan for how it ends. As General Kane testified, the military was given 3 clear goals: sink the Navy, attack and destroy the ballistic missile launchers, and degrade their defense industrial base, and you've accomplished those. But President Trump celebrated regime change after saying that regime change was the real goal. And our NATO allies have delivered. They have allowed overflight. They have allowed projection of force despite not being consulted. You said just a few moments ago, Mr. Secretary, we control the Strait. But it's clear that reopening the Strait of Hormuz for commercial traffic eludes us, in no small part because Iran retains a robust stockpile of cheap, lethal Shahed drones, and they are getting help from our adversaries in rebuilding them. What is your plan for reopening the Strait of Hormuz, Mr. Secretary?
I would just note that the majority of your question was highly disingenuous and loaded with suggestions that I very much don't agree with. From the beginning,
please feel free, sir, to pick any one of those
From the
things.
beginning, we've been very clear about the military objectives and the underlying strategic objective, which is preventing Iran from getting a nuclear weapon.
Yes.
Take, for example, the fact that Iranians' conventional Navy, they had aircraft carriers with Shahed drones on them before this started. They had full-on destroyers and battleship capabilities, none of which they have anymore. And
did the Iranian Navy have aircraft carriers?
Iranian Navy had 3 drone aircraft carriers. The Iranian Navy had 11
launch
submarines.
Platforms for drones, sure.
They had 11 submarines.
And you've
they
sunk all of the regular
Navy.
Great, good.
They retain fast boat capabilities, which they've always had. We understand that, which we can control for and will. We've degraded almost completely their defense industrial base capabilities. The idea that they control anything, you can terrorize something, you can hold it at issue with piracy, as I've talked about at the Pentagon podium time and time again. That doesn't mean you control it. We control what goes in and out, and we control whether or not we have to restart conflict. The president does as well.
Mr.
So
Secretary,
we're the ones that will manage where this goes in the future, and they have very limited ability to set the tempo or respond to it, and that gives the president a lot of options to ensure that Iran never gets a nuclear weapon.
So he definitely did not answer the question. That's
the connection between their ability to close the Strait of Hormuz using fast boats and Shahed drones and our strategic goal, shared broadly, to prevent them from ever having a usable nuclear weapon is utterly unclear to me. And my question was, what's the plan for reopening the Strait of Hormuz to commercial traffic, given
shared broadly, but
skyrocketing
never
prices?
executed. Shared broadly, but never executed, because previous administration didn't have the willingness to actually do what it would take. And when Iran was at its weakest moments following the 12-day war, but still wanted the pursuit of a nuclear capability, President Trump made the courageous decision to go at their conventional umbrella and shield, which they were using to protect their nuclear program, which we knew came with threats and branches and sequels.
My
which we've
concern,
accounted
Mr.
for.
Secretary, is that you've achieved a series of tactical successes, but are on the verge of a strategic loss, because we are now negotiating.
I just think it's so foolish.
demand.
Here we are in a committee in the United States Senate, 74 days in, and you're talking about strategic loss. We have the ability to
74
defeat
days
a 47-year threat of a pursuit of a nuclear weapon. We have more leverage than we've ever had. We've had incredible battlefield successes, and you're talking about a strategic loss,
Mr.
cloaked in
Secretary?
disingenuous questions.
Mr. Secretary?
This is how you undercut
Mr. Secretary?
efforts.
I know that boy needs to take a drink of that water he's got in front of him. Them pills got his mouth dry. You know they got them government pills. He looks like he sleeps great. He's getting way better sleep than me. What's up with that? Because I'm way more of an honest person than him, right? I mean, I don't know anything about this guy, but I've got to be because I'm not in the White House. Well, spoiler alert, this guy never answers the question. And I just can't believe the way these hearings go. It started with Pam Bondi. I was watching. That's when I started watching all this stuff. And she was just popping off saying whatever she wanted and never answering the questions. It's like, what is the point of these things? Do they ever get to the bottom of it? Anyways, we're pushing 40 minutes, and I don't want to keep you past 40 minutes if you're listening to me this long, even if you're just my wife, because I know she's watching this. So I just want to play this. I love you, baby. And I want to play this. This is amazing right here. This is the clip of the day, okay? This is our president. Now, remember, I said I support him. I want him to do better. I want him to be great. But this kind of stuff is unacceptable. You don't talk to people like this, okay? I don't. I'm a roofer. You shouldn't talk to people like this, okay? Doesn't matter who you are. Imagine a clip of Brad Pitt talking to a server like this, right? It would go viral, and people would, give him a hard time for it. Watch this.
How's that different than your ballroom?
So what happened is we have a ballroom that's under budget. It's going up right here. I've doubled the size of it because we obviously need that. And we're right now on budget, under budget, and ahead of schedule.
You doubled.
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person. It's double the size.
What about
You are not a smart person.
What about
Man, you know what he wanted to say. I thought he was going to say it too when he said it. He did not want to say dumb person. But I'm sorry, it's funny. And this is the kind of stuff that when he first was elected president or running for president, everybody thought, wow, this is what we need, a guy who speaks his mind and tells the truth and this and that. But that is just called being rude. It's called being a jerk. That's what that is. Okay? You never asked first, people say he's losing his he's getting old and he can't think straight. He just says stuff all the time that's not funny or dumb, or maybe he is losing his step a little bit. But what he just said to that woman, someone could easily say to him. I've heard him say a lot of things, and it makes me kind of think that what he just said. But you don't say it to people. So let's do better. Okay, let's do better than our president today. Let's lead by example, and maybe as we keep leading by example, it'll reach the front steps of the White House, and maybe President Trump will have a turnaround. He'll start being a nicer guy, because that's not the first time I've heard him talk to somebody like that. So, if you agree with me, then tell me. If you think I'm wrong, then tell me, because I'd love to know. I don't like being wrong, and I love to be corrected. So share with me if you have any knowledge about the summit. I'd love to know what's going on in the summit. Why are we going there if it's not to get China's help? If you know what's going on with these hearings with Pete Hegseth and how they ever come to a conclusion or an answer, tell me. If you just want to say you love me, then tell me, because I would love to hear it. And anyways, we're going to keep doing different kinds of videos. We're going to do some learning videos soon where we go back to learning history. I know those are real boring because I literally have to just sit there and listen the whole time. But I've got to learn. I got to figure this stuff out. And so, yeah, I love this. I love to crash the party. Thank you so much for crashing the party with me. Remember, in a world full of thermometers, be a thermostat. Also, what's the new one I came up with? We're all bad guys until we decide to be good. All right. I love you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Like the video. Subscribe if you're not. You're already subscribed. If you've been watching me for over 40 minutes, you're subscribed. I know it. So I love you for that. And tell somebody else to subscribe. We're trying to get to 500. I love you. Let's do this. Bow.